All right. So back in early September, I think it was September 1st, Donald Trump gave an interview with the Daily Caller. And he was sort of showing the Daily Caller reporter around the White House. And he talked about this thing that I didn't know if he was going to do, but he said, we're doing what's called the Presidential Wall of Fame. That's his quote. He says, come on, want to go watch? So they're building it, right? And then they go back and forth with the reporter. And Trump says this. The reporter said, the Daily Caller reporter says, you're going to put President Biden up too on the wall. And Trump says, okay, show it. Isn't that an interesting question? The reporter says, I'm curious. Trump says, and I'll listen to you too, because it's a decision I have to make. We put up a picture of the autopen. And Reese says, oh, that's hilarious. And Trump adds, he didn't win the race. He lost badly. He was a horrible president. But can you imagine? He says he has stage 9 cancer. That was what, 2-3 months ago? Okay. Now, when I read this and I went through this, I thought Trump was kidding. Not about the Walk of Fame, because that's a very Trumpian thing, but about the putting up an autopen picture rather than a picture of Donald Trump. For those who don't know, the autopen is something that's used by presidents to sign large numbers of documents. It's legal, but it's a pen that mimics their signature. Donald Trump has insisted that Joe Biden used the autopen to sign everything, and it's evidence that he wasn't in control of his presidency. I will note Joe Biden has said he knew what he was signing. Yes, they used the autopen. He never used the autopen for important things, et cetera, et cetera. Again, just to be clear, presidents have used the autopen before, but that's almost beside the point. So what we have here is Donald Trump saying we want to make a sort of memorial to all the former presidents. And so there are these gold frames. It's outside, it's in the West Wing, outside the Oval Office. These gold frames of all these presidents, Democrats and Republicans. And you scroll, and you scroll, and then there's a picture of a pen signing Joe Biden's name in a frame. The amount of pettiness it takes to do that. And I'm not suggesting that this is going to change the world. It's not. But the amount of pettiness that reveals, that they not only thought about doing it, again, I thought that part was a joke. It wasn't. They not only thought about doing it, they did it, and then tons and tons of White House staff shared on social media the scrolling image where you get to Joe Biden and it's an autopen. Like, it is the pettiness on display here, the lack of any sort of interest in the honor of the job, in the club of the 45 people who have been president, in sort of how we treat one another. Forget the presidency, how we treat one another. It reminds me so much that at the root of a lot of Trumpism is just trolling. It's just trolling people for the sake of trolling them. It is making them feel lesser. It is making fun of them so that you feel better. It is bullying. Right? It takes nothing for Donald Trump to hang a picture of Joe Biden. It doesn't even mean, even though he did, it doesn't even mean he's saying Joe Biden won the 2020 election. But to put the autopen picture in there, yes, I know the MAGA right will love it. But like, what does it say about where we are in politics, the presidency, and in culture, that's the kind of thing that you throw the red meat to the seals and they bark? Like, that's just classless and stupid, right? It's something that like a 6th grader would do, or maybe think of. I don't know if that kid would even do it. And yet the president of the United States has done it, and everyone around him applauds it like he's made some sort of like amazing joke. No, it's just stupid. You can think Joe Biden signed the autopen with everything. He was a terrible president. He didn't win the election, whatever, but he was still president of the United States. It just to me, it's not a big thing, but it to me is a kind of important symbolic thing about the pettiness and the trolling that sits at the root of Trumpism. I'm no Trump hater. Some of the things he does, I think, make some sense. Cracking down on crime, immigration. Fine. I think some of his methods are not what I would recommend, but fine. But this kind of stuff, it's just so dumb. It's so childish. And the fact that we not only have a country where the president does it, but where he's celebrated by half the country for it, we should all agree, like, this is a dumb joke. It's stupid. It's classless. It's incredibly petty, and we shouldn't do it, Republican or Democrat. And yet, not only can we not agree on that, half the country will say, oh, Chris, he just doesn't get that joke. What a doofus. He loves liberals. No, I don't love liberals. I don't love either side. Candidly, I dislike both parties. But I think that this is childish, stupid, petty, and classless. Yeah. And if Barack Obama did it, or Joe Biden did it, or any future president, Democrat or Republican does it, it's classless. Why can't we just agree to say that? All right. That's all I got for you. Sorry for the rant. Maybe it's because my power was off earlier and I'm frustrated. All right, everyone. Take care and do me one favor. Hit that subscribe button. You will get content like this free every single day. I will continue to grow as a content creator. Thanks, guys.